Okay, 1, 2, 3.
And we're live!
Welcome, everyone. Welcome to our Startup TNT Top 20 Pitch Night for Summit 7. Summit 8.
Oh.
Summit 8. Oh my goodness.
There's too many. There's too many.
We are at so many. I am Lindsay. I'm our Edmonton lead. Welcome tonight.
And I'm Tim Lin, co-founder of Startup TNT. TNT stands for Thursday Night Tradition. We've been gathering every Thursday for the most part for 230 weeks. Some of those were virtual. Thank God that isn't what's happening today, other than for those of you that are on the camera right now. Drinking in front of your computer is only so much fun. Way better in person.
Yes, and I know many of you normally expect to see me up on stage with Zach after 230 weeks and more summits than I can keep track of. Zach has decided that he should probably check out our summits in some other locations. So he is in Winnipeg tonight.
And I'm here. I grew out my facial hair a little bit to try and keep up with him. So here we are.
Yeah, I am very excited to be here on stage with Tim. We are adding this to our list of things that we've done together, like invest in real estate in Uganda.
Yeah, and river raft to get thrown down in the Nile.
And do Wordles.
Yeah, and ride our bike and drink in front of our computer during COVID.
Yeah, so now we're just adding co-hosting our Top 20 Pitch Nights to this list of achievements.
And here we are. And we're here at Edmonton Unlimited during Startup Week, which is fantastic. So thank you for hosting us.
Thank you so much, Edmonton Unlimited, for hosting us. I would like to bring Brooks and Abby onto the stage to say a few words as our venue host.
Woo! All right. Woo. Yes, awesome. Okay. Hello, and welcome to Startup TNT's Summit 8 Top 20 Pitch Night. I'm Abby Stein-McLean, head of Capital City Pilots. We have a tight 1 minute. I set a timer, so we got to go fast. So here with me today, giving remarks for the very first time in his new role as head of Accelerate, is Brooks Hanowich.
Hello, it's my first pitch for Edmonton Unlimited. Look at me go. Real pleasure to be here on behalf of Edmonton Unlimited, welcoming you to this amazing space. I think Startup Week's been such an awesome demonstration of what this space can do and how it can animate conversations and all the startup pieces. So really, really pumped to be here. Welcome you all, and super excited to host this.
Awesome. So Startup TNT is a movement we hold super dear, and we are so pumped to have you all here in our space to witness these folks pitch in hopes of making it through to the top 10 and eventually the top 5, where they will get some actual cash dollars, which is kind of the best part. So I'll just quickly say, 15 seconds. Please, if you enjoy this event, we meet every Wednesday morning, community coffee here between 9 and 11 over here, free coffee, free treats. And then, yeah, everything else, we'd love to see you at more events. And launch party. Yeah. Come on out and join us. Thank you.
Thanks, Abby. Thanks, Brooks. Yes, we gave them a 1 minute 1 minute amount because we are on a bit of a time, not crunch, but crunch, to make sure that everybody in the audience who's interested can go to launch party afterwards. So yeah, be sure to do that. We'd like to now acknowledge all the many First Nations, Métis, and Inuit who have walked on this land. The land embraces the spirits of lives that lived on it and shares the narratives of those who have walked on it before us. We honor those elders whose stories this land carries. We aim to create a safe space for Indigenous communities at TNT, and tonight we honor them by gathering the community and sharing stories. Okay, something that's come up often during Startup Week is the value of community and connections. And that is something that we try to do at TNT. We are all about bringing people together and seeing what amazing things that they can achieve. And over the last 230 weeks, we have brought people together to raise over $11 million in capital for 84 companies across the prairies. And that has involved over 300 individual investors and over 1,500 checks. Thank you. Tim, when you were at Polar Park that almost 4 years ago, Did you envision this, that we'd be here today?
No, this is entirely an accident. Arden told me to show up. I just wanted to come and see what was happening in the startup community and have a couple beers and maybe find a co-founder, and instead, this happened, which is kind of crazy. You know, the first investment summit, we wanted to convince 23 other people, some of whom are in the room today, and which I thought was a ridiculous achievement to be able to find almost 24 other people to invest with us and pre-commit money to invest in an awesome startup here in town. We've now got over 300 people that we've convinced across the prairies to help make that happen. So I think that's fantastic. And you know, 84 companies we've invested in, but hundreds that have applied, maybe over 1,000. I don't know what the number is at this point. People that have been volunteering, people that have been committing their time to show up and learn about what's happening in the community. Just fantastic stuff that we can't do without all of you here helping make it happen. And speaking of people that are helping make it happen, you know, our partners and sponsors can't do it without them, because as much as it was a volunteer thing for the first 1 or 2, you can't convince people to do this forever without these folks. So thank you. A whole bunch of them are here to be able to speak about what they do themselves, but a few that aren't. Accelerate Fund, Arden, I mentioned, was the one that introduced me to Zach to help make this happen, so thank you to him and one of our first sponsors. Alberta Enterprise Corporation is helping make the Alberta venture scene possible, so thank you to them and thank you for supporting us. KRP, a fantastic accounting and accounting and tax firm here in Edmonton that helps a whole bunch of startups with their stuff. And API, who a couple years ago put out a public call to us to say, hey, let's make a life sciences summit. And they helped make that happen. They've been one of our core funding partners as well. So thank you to all of them. So why invest in startups? Why did I do this? Why am I spending my time building a not-for-profit to do this stuff? I found it was absolutely ridiculous how hard it is to raise $1 million as a startup. It's hard enough to find a rich person to talk to when you're a 20-something-year-old that has an idea for a company. You find them, you pitch them, they're leaning in, they're excited, and then they're like, all right, what's my return going to be? And you're like, well, I mean, it's kind of a lottery ticket. You're either going to get a multiple of your money back or it's going to go to zero. There's not really it's not a 15% coupon type situation we're talking about here. And then they're like, I don't know, I need to talk to my wife, and they never get back to you. And doing that for 8 months was laborious and really disheartening. And so I wanted to help change that and help get other people to understand what this asset class is, to be able to help make it easier for startups to raise money. And the other thing was we did that not in Edmonton. It was too hard to raise money in Edmonton. There wasn't enough of a community here. And so I found it really challenging. I didn't have my friends, family, community, social, anything. I was just out working, and I burnt myself out, and that was really tricky. So I want people to be able to help stay in Edmonton, grow in Edmonton, and make Edmonton awesome. So, yeah. And, I mean, that's the time part, and then I'm investing because I think it's financially lucrative, so happy to chat about that too. But yeah, Lindsay, how about you?
Oh, well, I guess the short of it is I love spending my time with driven, smart, passionate people, and where can you find that kind of everywhere or where can you find that anywhere in such numbers other than startup founders? These are people who are looking to change the world, and I want to be there supporting them, supporting people in our community and seeing what they can do.
Yeah. All right, so what did we build? Tell me what we built.
So our investment summits, what we do is we bring together about 25 investors, each pre-commits $5,000 that will be invested into our summit winning company. So this is about $125,000, and we take the summit, the companies through a deal screening process. So the investors that are participating and the companies are actively involved in this due diligence process. And on November 16th, we will have our summit finale where we've narrowed down the number of companies to our top 5, and we will vote to determine who is our summit winner. And another thing we do that night, we announce it live on stage. We also announce any side deals that we're doing, because so far we have not run any summits without more than one company receiving investment.
That's very true.
It's pretty neat to show the greatness in all the companies that are here.
So what's going on tonight?
It's our top 20 pitch night. Yeah, so the top 20 companies that are part of this investment summit, this deal screening process, are here tonight to showcase to you what they are doing. And who are they?
Here they are. This is a fantastic group of companies. This is the next generation of companies that are raising seed, pre-seed funding. we've got, people ask us what types of companies we invest in. There was a bigger list before in terms of what we've actually been investing in. This is the potential we got here. We got B2C, we got B2B, we got pre-revenue, post-revenue, we got hardware, software, we've got folks that are trying to fix the water treatment world, all the way to trying to bring you water on the golf course and everything in between. So looking forward to the pitches here today.
And so what we have coming up for you tonight are 17 pitches. Each investor will get, each entrepreneur will get 3 minutes to pitch. And we are going to be quite particular about these 3 minutes, so entrepreneurs, be aware. We have Nav sitting here in the front. Nav, give a little wave. She will be giving you a sign for when you have 60 seconds left, 30, 15, and when you're done. And please respect the time, because when you are done, we will have to start to applaud you off the stage.
Speaking of applauding, this is not a pitch competition. This is just a celebration of the companies that we have here in Edmonton. So cheer everybody on. This is supposed to be a positive environment. This isn't a judging thing. This is just a fun thing for you to be able to see what's happening. And this isn't a passive participation game. This is an active sport. So, you want to build the community here. You're spending your time to help make this community happen. If you have introductions to them, if you have questions for them, if you have feedback, if you want to invest in any of them, you should talk to them. They're great folks. So thanks for coming out.
Okay. And don't forget that after the pitches, there's then, of course, launch party, and we, after launch party, have our own after party at Red Star Pub, just down the way along Jasper. So we'd love to see you out there as well. Without further ado, let's let the pitches begin.
But first, a commercial break?
But first, yes, you're right. I would like to bring Chase on stage from RBCX. Okay, so Chase, I know we've had you up on stage here before, but let's do a little reminder. Most of us will know what RBC is.
Absolutely.
But what is RBCX?
Yeah, that's a great question. So RBCX is 3 years old, which feels crazy to say. But so we're 3 years old as a part of the bank, specifically focused to work with technology companies. So that's our exclusive focus. We're laser focused on supporting innovative companies across Canada as they scale. Supporting them from the banking side, advisory services, like the way one of my colleagues described it today. For early stage companies, we like to act as a switchboard to help them get connected with the right parties. So if it's investors, if it's advisors, if it's partners, employees, whatever it may be, that's what we really strive to do.
Thank you. We really enjoy having you as one of our sponsors, and also know that you're able to really connect entrepreneurs with who they need to be connected with and help them out.
Absolutely.
So I will leave you to introduce our companies coming up.
Absolutely. So in the first spot today, we have John with SynBioBlox. Give it up for John.
Thank you very much. Well, I'm John McDougall. I'm the CEO of SynBioBlox. We make greenhouse gases into sustainable aviation fuel that we call ActiveX. We're trying in that way to make cleaner blue skies with ActiveX. We're looking these days for $2 million to grow our company to the next level. It will support our scale-up activities and our first deployment. And of course, we'll be able to match this kind of money with about equivalent or a little more in terms of grants and other kinds of support. Now, why are we doing this? Aviation is a big hit in the world of greenhouse gases, produces about 1 billion tons a year, 3.5% of the greenhouse gas effect. And it is mandated that they have to transition to sustainable fuels by 2050. So lots of people are saying, let's get into that, let's try and play this game. But so far, there's less than 1% of the market that is actually filled by this sustainable kind of fuel. We're, of course, looking for a 10% market share because we see a huge opportunity. It's a $400 billion potential market. Now, what makes us stand out? Well, most of the players that are working in this space have been working for a long time, 15 to 20 years. And they still have this very small piece of the market. They're doing things like transforming sugarcane and biomass and things that might go into the food cycle. These are very complex, they're demanding, they're expensive, and obviously it's taken them a long time to get to the point where they can bring them into the market. Our process is much simpler. It's almost a one-step process, and it relies on using waste methane that we can collect that's otherwise being burned or simply released into the atmosphere. We've got a great advantage that we're working with. We've created what we call our tailored genetic design process, and it allows us to do things very quickly. As you can see, 1 year, less than $1 million, what people have been doing in 15 years, and tens of millions of dollars. We are staging our access to market so that we can grow up from entering first a very niche market in drones, then move into a 2% additive, then finally into a full drop-in. We're doing the same thing with finance, so we can stage our capital requirements as we're already generating market revenues. And finally, we put together a great team of people and advisors that are going to allow us to do great things, have lots of experience, have all the connections we need, and we're looking forward and hope that investors will join with us as we try to take ActiveX into the market and help make clean green and blue skies.
Thank you, John. So up next, we have Kyle with Ultracoustics Technologies.
All right, hello, how's everybody doing? I'm Kyle, I'm the CEO and founder of Ultracoustics. I want to start by showing you guys 3 numbers, and I think these 3 numbers paint a very clear problem. $532,000, 27, and 25%. This is the problem with the way we're currently monitoring for failing industrial equipment across all industries. So that $532,000, that is the average hourly cost of unplanned downtime. And this is from oil and gas all the way through manufacturing. That average number of hours lost per month is 27, and this is only getting worse because it's increasing at a rate of 25% costs year over year. So how can we predict better when something's going to fail, whether it be electrical or mechanical, and do something about it to save some money? Well, at Ultracoustics, we believe the solution comes in the form of what's called air-coupled ultrasound monitoring. So there are so many sounds produced by equipment, and you can learn so much by listening if you know what you're listening for. So natural processes just spew sound into the environment, and if you've got the right tool, you can use this sound as a window into the physical process to figure out if something's going to break long in advance. Which brings us to our product. This is the Broadsonic. This is our MVP. We've taken cutting-edge research from the University of Alberta, and we've pushed it to the point where it's not only commercially viable, but it's actually outperforming pretty much everything else on the market already today. In terms of competition, well, conventional technology can't keep up. I've already shown you that in the first 2 slides with those numbers. So we're really up against everyone else who's figured out that air-coupled ultrasound is a really good method. So our primary competition actually comes out of Austria. They charge $65,000 per unit. They have lower specs than we're hitting already, and they actually have no presence in our market. So there is nothing quite like this in the North American tech sector. What is the tech sector we're targeting? Well, all you need to know is one number, $6.1 billion. That is the size of the non-destructive testing market in North America, and we're playing more than one game. So there's money to be made here. In terms of traction, I'll just share a few quick points with you. We've patented and published. We've got expressions of interest. We're moving forward with our MVP testing very shortly here. And we've already raised over $260,000 in funding within 6 months of incorporation. Finally, I just want to introduce my team here. Of course, myself, Mr. Aidan Chen and Dr. Rita Corby. They're actually in the audience here today. Between the 3 of us, we have over 20 years of direct experience with this technology, as well as previous startup experience. With that, I just want to thank you so much for your time and say, let's reimagine how non-destructive testing can be done. Thank you.
Thanks, Kyle. So next up, we have VIII with AGNT Technologies.
There we go. Hi, how's everyone doing? My name is VIII. I'm the CEO and one of the co-founders of AGNT. And when I was 18 years old, I threw my first event, and along with that came the first talent that I booked. 24 years later, I'm still doing the same thing and using the same age-old process. So I know kind of firsthand what it takes to book talent, and I know the frustrations that a lot of people go through when they're booking talent. Whether it's a music festival, a corporate event, maybe a private gathering, whatever that might be, we all kind of struggle through the same things. A lot of back and forth emails, and at the end of the day, you have to go through contract negotiations, payments, deposits, etc. So I want you to put yourself in a position where, maybe you're planning your dream wedding, or maybe you're responsible for the entertainment at the next big corporate event. Maybe it's the Christmas party. Booking that talent and finding that special act for your event is an incredibly stressful process. You got to make sure it's right. You got to make sure it's right for the room, and then basically, it's got to come out. You got to come out shining, right? So with AGNT, we found that we felt the same pains as other people felt, and that's why we developed the platform. It's a platform that's going to transform the way that people book talent. So here's our vision. AGNT is going to simplify the way that you book talent and make it accessible to every person as well. And here's how it's done. You create your event, and using our pre-vetted talent and data-driven algorithms, we match you with an artist that is made for your event specifically. It's easy, it's simple. That means no more Google searches, and you're sure to have the right talent for your event. So here's how, basically what you do is you browse for your talent, and then from there, you're gonna send them an offer, and then you wait for confirmation on their end, and you confirm and pay. On the artist side of things, you have AGNT Pro. Now this is an app where they have all the details of the booking, terms and conditions and whatnot, and when they accept the booking, that's it. It's done, it's streamlined, and your booking is confirmed. So on our side of things, as a team, we have over 60 years of combined experience in booking and talent management, and we have an extensive network, and our legal and accounting savings with our platform is a huge deal. So basically the booking tools are another robust feature that comes with AGNT. The actual wedding business alone is a $5 billion industry in Canada. 7% of that is spent with entertainment. And the global industry is now at $1 trillion, growing to $2 trillion in the next, I don't know, by 2028. Our first version of AGNT had over 12,000 users, and it was a narrow market. We focused on Alberta and DJs only. Our team, made up of industry professionals and a creative designer as well as a CTO lead.
3 minutes is tough, absolutely. Thanks, Viet. So next up, we have Kemi presenting Scooly Education Technologies.
Hi, everyone. My name is Kemi. I'm here to present to you Scooly. So at the end of tonight, I want you to remember this number, 900,000. Are you an international student in the house? Can I see you? Awesome. Thank you. So this year in 2023, Canada is expecting 900,000 international students. And it means that they need a platform for them to be able to access institutions in Canada. So at Scooly, one of the problems we saw was using fake agents. Early this year or mid of this year, we saw on the news 700 students were asked to go back because they used fake agents and they got fake admission letters. Number two is that we are trying to make sure that we create a platform where students would be able to make all their payments to institutions. Number three is obtaining a visa. I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant, so I know what it takes for you to be able to apply to get anything related to immigration in Canada. So our solution at Scooly is to provide a one-stop platform where you get all that done. We integrate our AI system to be able to assess you for school, complete the application for you, and also offer a marketplace for immigration consultants like myself to be able to advertise their services, transparent fees, and then you make a payment through our platform. Number 3 is we are integrating digital wallet into our payment system. That's fintech. Our target market, obviously, are international students, our recruitment partners, which are immigration agents, licensed education consultants, and academic institutions. Our revenue model is commission from school, which is obviously has been there for a number of years, that schools pay commission to education agents. And number 2 is agent platform fee. So as an agent, you're using our platform, we take commission from your fees. We also integrating, as we know, the digital wallet. So we are having an FS margins exchange with our partner for them to be able to give us part of whatever they are making from the exchange fees. The digital wallet subscription, which is very, very new, is what we want to create for international students to be able to move their money while they're outside. We all know banks in Canada don't allow you to be able to process or touch anything of your money when you are outside Canada if they've not done KYC for you. So this is currently what we have in the market. We have ApplyBoard, we have EduPulse, Schooliply, and Study. All these platforms only process applications. They don't do any other thing that we want to do. So recently, in the last couple of days, we've been talking to this platform, AfriChange, offering us our digital wallet platform. So as you can see, we are asking for $500,000 to be able to get this done. So this is our team currently. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Awesome. How are those pitches? We got 4 of them down. We got, what, 12 more to go? We have a top 20, but 4 of them aren't here. So we got 12 more to go. We're saving you time, but in exchange for that time, we have a quick commercial break in the middle of these commercials. CBRE, what's going on, Sarah?
How's it going?
What is CBRE? What do you do? What does a leasing agent do?
That's a good question. So CBRE is a global real estate brokerage. I specifically specialize in office leasing and sales transactions. So what does that mean exactly? I help my clients find the best commercial space for their business to flourish. So whether that be a law firm or a startup, businesses like yourselves, my goal is to get you set up to flourish in your space. And we help negotiate leases on your behalf. An example of that, Edmonton Unlimited is a client of mine. We negotiated their lease to get them in here and have this amazing space. So I couldn't say no, as this is the perfect example of what we do.
So you help make this beautiful space happen. Thank you.
Exactly. This used to be a bank.
And so in terms of the startup community, why do you support it? Why are you here?
We love supporting startups. CBRE is a huge supporter of the as you get people together, the innovation and the growth that you bring to our city and our community across multiple provinces. So that's
awesome.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, Sarah. I really appreciate it, and really appreciate the support. So thank you and CBRE.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks. Another commercial. We got Jean-Luc from BDC here. Jean-Luc, what's going on? Are you, what's going on with BDC? You want to do the quick spiel?
I'll do the quick spiel, but I first got to say that every time I show up here, the crowd gets bigger and bigger. This is an awesome space for it, so awesome for all the parties involved to make this happen. But a little bit about BDC and why we keep showing up here is because we help with startups and scale-ups on the commercialization process, helping them with non-dilutive funds and advisory services to help them get to that financial sustainability point, or it's the point where they can raise at a level where they're comfortable. So we really do help try and change the trajectory of these early stage companies.
We love it. And BDC loves to co-invest with us too. So
we do.
We really appreciate that. And we love money for the startups. This is why we're here. So thank you, Jean-Luc, and thank you for helping make this happen. We can't do this, more and more people every time is because you guys keep showing up with more and more for us. So we appreciate it.
Yeah.
So thank you. Do we know who's up first?
We do, fortunately.
Off the top of your head.
Off the top of my head, no phone needed here. James from Vender Convenience is up next. Round of applause, please.
Woo!
Hey, I'm James. I'm the founder of Vender Convenience Stores. the first scan and go convenience store in Canada, and it's right here in downtown Edmonton. A couple years ago during COVID, I went to get milk from the corner store in my neighborhood, and it was closed forever. And this happened 1,000 times across Canada. I dare you to find a 7-Eleven in downtown or Oliver. They're gone, and they're gone for a reason. They're really struggling, and they've gone to the suburbs. So there's an opportunity here. I saw it, and I went for it. I opened Canada's first scan-and-go convenience store. You can download the app right now in the App Store or in Google Play. Use the app to do everything. Open the door, scan, shop, pay, you get your receipt immediately, and it's open 24/7, 365. Things are going pretty well. Sales are up 50% in September, the same as in July and August. We opened in July. So I'm pretty excited. We're in downtown Edmonton on 109th Street. And we're on the path to breaking even pretty quickly. I went for it. It's already happening. You can see it with your own eyes. You can download the app right now. It's pretty inexpensive to open a store. I know retail is struggling, but there's low capital expenditure, there's low operating costs, and we can compete at a level that others can't. About half the revenue target of a typical convenience store in Canada. So people don't realize how big the market is. It's $54 billion in Canada just for convenience stores. That's not including grocery or other offerings that we have. We even have the first robotic barista in Western Canada. So I'm looking to perfect the model, scale it, and grow. Thank you.
Thanks so much, James. All right. Next, we've got Kirat with, oh my gosh, I needed the phone. Vocalaiz Technologies. Kirat.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. My name's Kira, and I'm here today to talk about Vocalaiz, a digital health application that uses short voice samples to power the next generation of impairment assessment. There are many problems with existing methods of impairment assessment, from invasive testing that requires physical samples to slow turnarounds where it can take weeks for you to get your results. Additionally, existing methods ignore many forms of impairment, such as fatigue, and can lead to incidents that are otherwise preventable. Our solution is Vocalaiz. By harnessing vocal biomarker technology, we're able to negate the need for physical samples and test for all forms of impairment immediately, including fatigue. This is all done in under 30 seconds, giving real-time analysis and immediate decision-making back to managers. Vocalaiz operates in 3 simple steps. Users begin by providing a short 15-second voice sample on the app, which is then processed by our machine learning models to detect indications of impairment. That is then immediately sent to organizational decision makers who can use that to employ proactive countermeasures for enhanced safety. Vocalaiz is most suited to 3 target markets. High-stakes industries such as mining and construction, where the average incident can cost over $1 million, are looking for ways to reduce risk. Similarly, we can partner with auto insurance providers to help them implement progressive risk-based insurance plans. And finally, all OEM manufacturers in the United States are going to be legally mandated to provide some integrated impairment testing technology in all vehicles starting from 2026. We believe Vocalaiz is the best fit for this opportunity. Other competitors in this space simply fall short when compared to Vocalaiz. As you can see, companies like Backtrack, Hound Labs, and Draeger only test for 1 or 2 substances at a time, while other thorough lab drug testing and other forms of cognitive assessment take much longer to implement than Vocalaiz. Our markets make up over $14 billion in value and are growing rapidly, projected to double in the next 5 years. Vocalaiz uses a software-as-a-service revenue model, employing a small fee per user or vehicle and offering custom pricing for enterprise and insurance clients. With our initial models developed by the end of this year, we plan on launching pilot projects in 2 Alberta locations in January 2024 before expanding into consumer insurance and manufacturing later that year. We have a strong team with diverse specializations in medicine, neuroscience, machine learning, and finance that uniquely positions us to succeed in our execution. Our ask is for funding and advisors for our pre-seed round, and we hope you join us in unlocking the power of voice.
Thanks so much, Kirat. All right, next with another exciting company, John from BioStream. Big round of applause, please.
Thank you very much. So I'm John Murphy. I'm the CEO of BioStream, and we make a medical device with the sensor. So the idea is the little white thing there, you put a drop of blood in there, you stick that into the sensor, push the button, and in 5 minutes, you have a result. So we talk to doctors, and they want rapid point-of-care testing too, like for a heart attack. They don't want to be waiting for test results from a centralized lab. And we as patients want to test frequently at home. Now there are products out there, point of care, but they're expensive and they're kind of hard to use, and they don't actually have that many tests. So the answer is a universal reader. And what we can do is accuracy as a lab test. It's portable, it's low cost, and it does a lot of different tests. And this works with not only blood, but also urine, saliva, serum, proteins. It'll do hormones, bacteria, and viruses. And this is all possible because we developed a new type of transistor that's in here that works at the same voltage as human cells. And now to get a lot of tests made, we give our test kit to developers around the world so they can build hundreds of different tests, and we give them a royalty. So just kind of like when you think about Apple, they have tools they give to their app developers. And their app developers make apps, put them in the App Store, and it all works on a universal reader called a phone. Well, we have tools we give to researchers, and the researchers build the tests, and it works on our universal reader, and we have a marketplace that kind of like the App Store. And there's biomarkers for multiple different areas like diabetes and infectious diseases. This is a $60 billion market. And we're working with universities around the world for real third-party validation, so we know it works, and we got real customers, which kind of helps on the revenue side. And we have a platform, okay? So we have biosensors, readers, we have analytics software, mobile app software, and an app store, and we own all the IP to the entire platform. I see a clear path to about $100 million in recurring revenue in about 5 years. We can compete with the best on both price and sensitivity. And on a team, I've built and exited successfully software companies. We've got a CSO who's Harvard trained, and our board chairman of the board is the past president of NASDAQ and a former executive director of the World Economic Forum. So he's globally connected. So right now we're looking to raise $500,000, and if there was an opportunity to talk to investors, I'd really like to just sit down and say why I think we can credibly deliver a return on investment of 100x. Thank you.
Thank you so much, John. All right, up next, Jessica with DeliveryDomain. Take it away, Jessica.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jessica, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of DeliveryDomain. I'd like to start off by asking a question. By a show of hands, who has ordered food using third-party apps like Skip the Dishes or Uber Eats? Now, keep it raised if you've ever been frustrated by the high fees associated with these services. Like you, I felt the sting of these fees, not just as a customer, but as a franchise operator. But as a pizza franchise operator, where the cost of using third-party services swallowed up to 30% in commission fees per order. This doesn't just burn a hole in the pockets of business owners. It's consumers like you who bear the brunt through added service fees and inflated menu prices. On top of the financial strain from third-party companies, we dealt with service errors and inconsistencies that tarnished our reputation. which resulted in the loss of repeat customers and in turn led to financial losses. As a franchise operator with over 15 years of experience in the food delivery industry, I had the opportunity to compare first-party delivery services managed in-house with those outsourced to third parties. The discrepancies were stark, highlighting a need for a solution where restaurant owners could regain control and elevate their service standards. That's when the idea for DeliveryDomain was conceived. DeliveryDomain is an innovative software-as-a-service platform and app designed to empower restaurants to implement their own first-party delivery services. It enables restaurants to recruit, hire, and manage their own drivers, gain visibility through our ordering app, monitor business and driver performance, provide tracking details to customers, all while ensuring price transparency. With our model, restaurants can choose to utilize their existing staff for deliveries or onboard drivers as independent contractors. This creates a win-win-win scenario for the restaurant, customer, and delivery driver. With the online food delivery market in the Americas set to reach $315 billion in 2023, the potential is massive. And it doesn't stop there. By 2027, this market is projected to surge to a staggering $549 billion. With this growth in sight, we're perfectly positioned to capitalize on this booming market with our unique revenue model. Charging restaurants a subscription fee of $124 a month, coupled with a 4% service fee per transaction, we aim for a balanced and scalable profit model. Our engagement with over 20 local restaurant owners and the growing buzz on DeliveryDomain's business profile is a testament to the demand and enthusiasm for our solution in the industry. Now, to bring this vision to life, we are seeking an investment of $250,000 to achieve two critical milestones. One, refining our platform, taking it from prototype to a polished beta version, and two, initiating aggressive business development to onboard restaurants. Our goal, to partner with 48 to 96 locations in 12 to 18 months, targeting revenues of approximately $700,000 to $1.4 million. Be a part of the movement reshaping the food delivery landscape. Together, we can ensure delivery is done your way. Thank you.
Wow, thank you, all four of our pitchers, or our startup founders. Those were some great pitches, and we are still on time, which is pretty amazing. I would like to introduce you to Io from Alberta Innovates.
Good evening. Is it afternoon, evening? I don't know. I'm just coming back from Toronto, so I'm like 2 hours ahead of everyone right now. But it's good to see some really familiar faces here and those I'm yet to meet. And I'm just going to say a little bit about Alberta Innovates. But before I do that, I would like to congratulate the 20 amazing entrepreneurs that have stepped forward to present their ideas to us tonight. Could you please give them a round of applause? Amazing to see them, working on these great ideas just across the prairies tonight. Quite amazing. $1.2 billion. $1.2 billion. That was the follow-on funding or additional funding that companies that had access funding from Alberta Innovates were able to raise last year, 2022. That tells you that this ecosystem is really and quickly evolving because we're seeing companies getting noticed from within our ecosystem and even from outside. So what's Alberta Innovates about if you've never heard about us? We are the innovation engine, the research and innovation engine for the province of Alberta. We are an agency of the government, and we work with researchers, we work with entrepreneurs to drive research and innovation across the province. And how do we do this? Well, we deploy capital. I like to call what we give out, not just grants, we call them investment capital into businesses, but they're non-dilutive. So we give out funding through that mechanism. We also work with amazing partners across the ecosystem, like startup TNT and so many other partners to build up the ecosystem. So we usually say we support the ecosystem through capital, through coaching. We have technology development advisors across the province that work directly with entrepreneurs, building out their technology and we also build out the community by working with partners like Edmonton Unlimited Platform, Calgary, and so many other partners across the ecosystem to build out the innovation community around us. And just a little bit about what I do. At Alberta Innovates, I'm the Director of Capital Access. I get the opportunity to oversee a portfolio of capital, funding programs, I won't call them grants, and I also get the opportunity to work with partners to see how we can direct more private capital into our businesses so they can grow and scale. And I work with other sections within the organization. I would like to mention our Scale Up Gap program. We've had tremendous success with that. We're just halfway. I can see Lan over there. If you know Lan, give her a shout out there. Just halfway through the program, we've been able to see a huge return on investment. It's just been about $35 million into the program, and the graduates have raised about $150 million, and there's more coming. That was just what was reported halfway through the program. So there's a lot to say about what we do. We love this ecosystem. Alberta Innovates loves everything that all the partners are doing. We love to work with everyone. If you're an entrepreneur, you're looking for ways to get your idea out, please talk to us. There are so many of us here tonight. I've seen Lorena. Lorena, where are you? Over there. Lan, just right over there. Carla Aldo, our Executive Director, Entrepreneur Investment. Doug Holt, Associate Vice President of Investment. Did I miss anyone from Alberta Innovates? Nope. Okay, awesome. But feel free to reach out to us, talk to us, and you can check us out at albertainnovates.ca. We'd love to hear what you're doing, and we'd love to partner with you. So let's give it up to the next round of companies coming out to pitch.
Thanks, Io. And just before some other companies, we have another commercial break. Shane is here from Boast. Welcome, Shane.
Thank you.
Shane, I think Boast is one of our newest sponsors for Startup TNT, so thank you so much. We love that. Round of applause for Boast. Now, tell us about Boast.
Yeah, so thanks a lot for having us come all the way out to Edmonton. I'm actually from Vancouver. It's amazing to see the community that Startup TNT has actually built. Everybody pitching tonight, it's amazing. Really quickly, Boast is a full-service shred provider. If you're not familiar with shred, it's Canada's R&D tax incentive program where you can earn cash back on product and engineering spend. We're all across Canada, founded in Calgary, and we're really excited to partner with Startup TNT.
Thank you. And Shane, are people able to find resources about how you can help them, just about other capital access programs as well? If they want to do that, where do they go?
Yeah, you can come find me. I'll be around at the launch party. I'll be here on the side after we talk here. But yeah, if anybody has questions, please reach out. I'm more than happy to answer anything that you have.
Great, thank you.
And the next up will be Laureen Wales with MyViva.
Hello, everybody. My name is Laureen Wales, and I am the CEO and founder of MyViva. It is estimated that at least 50% of adults in the world live with at least one chronic health condition, which is costing us estimated $3.3 trillion annually to treat. As a healthcare professional for over 26 years, I have heard loud and clear from patients that they do not feel supported in managing their care, or their self-care. And if you think about it, if each of us spent 1 hour a week in clinics with healthcare professionals, that only equates to less than 1% of time in the entire year, which means that over 99% of care is happening outside of the clinic setting. And due to financial and personnel resource limitations, we unfortunately as healthcare professionals do not have the time to create personalized care plans for patients. And as a result, what we do instead is give general recommendations, general websites, general handouts, which at the end of the day, just telling somebody to lose weight or exercise is not a personalized plan. This leads to incredible frustration on the patient's side of things and reduces their risk of achieving their health outcomes. So I had an epiphany that technology could help us solve this problem, and hence our SaaS digital program, My Viva Plan, was born. Using AI, we did a deep dive in building algorithms that automatically generate care plans that patients can use to manage their self-care at home, which means I, as a healthcare professional, am not empty-handed in clinic and am able to provide patients a technology program that they can engage with in managing their health at home. What sets us apart from the crowd is that we are tech only, not tech-enabled. And as said at the beginning, the enormous entity of chronic health conditions out there, the market is enormous. And we built our technology to be at the center of every patient-clinician encounter, meaning that we keep the patient within the community of care that they currently are in. Just skip over. Our results speak for themselves. We improve mental, physical health, as well as economic outcomes. And we are gaining traction and very happy to have signed on the largest group of endocrinologists in North America. And also looking at, just fast forwarding, to ending it off, we've got an amazing team of leaders and excited to have just closed a $2 million raise with our existing investors and are looking forward to building relationships with investors within the community to get ready for our Series A next year.
Thank you, Laureen. Next, we have Jess Black with Jess Black Incorporated.
Hello, my name is Jess. I'm your local tradesperson and the CEO of Jess Black Inc. Jess Black is a company that supports women in trades, and in doing so, we are designing the next generation of workwear. So the problem with our current workwear is simple. It does not fit, it's uncomfortable, and it actually compromises our safety. And because of this, women such as myself have literally had enough and are rising to the plate to create what we want, which is a fire-resistant active wear. So over the years, I have teamed up with the University of Alberta to make my vision happen. I've been funded by my tax research and Alberta Innovates, and I have been guided through programs such as the ERIN program. So our target market is women such as myself working in trades. And for those who don't know, women make 47% of our working population and 5% of our trades population. And if you guys haven't noticed, we are in the biggest trades labor shortage gap that our country has ever experienced. And it's with that, employers and organizations such as Women Building Futures are rising to the plate to fill this gap. Also, organizations such as Women Building Futures are giving us women a chance to avoid poverty and build the life we want. Also, I have to note that athletic wear and workwear are multi-billion-dollar industries that are literally rising every year. So, for those who don't know, Skims is Kim Kardashian's minimalistic billion-dollar feel-good, look-good base layer line, okay? I bring this up because she's the leading e-commerce person that we all know, and I wanted to prove that a brand can be sold and that there is a market for what I'm doing. And also, she is selling leggings and t-shirt line that literally is selling at FR pricing, okay? And also too, women such as myself are wearing synthetic fibers to the market, which is one liability away from industry taking action. So over the past few years, we've done some incredible things, but the most important thing, or one of the most coolest things that I've done lately is teamed up with companies across Canada to build an awareness campaign of why it's so important, coming out October 21st. So in the next 5 years, we plan to lead the way in women's workwear by leading the way on e-commerce and to becoming the global leader in this space. We plan to sell everything to the US market. Lastly, we are raising $500,000 for 20% equity with intent of raising in the next 12 months. Thank you for your time. My name is Jess.
Thank you, Jess. Next up, we have Kushi Mattel with LifeWire.
Hello, everyone. Let's get started with LifeWire. Microsoft surveyed 31,000 of its employees about job security. 49% of them said they're scared of losing their jobs to AI. 3 months ago, my co-founder and I started talking about how AGI technologies are slowly going to take over all kinds of non-creative jobs and leave us with the creative ones, which is great. But how do you prepare the current and the next generation for this? This is not the first time that a brand new technology has come over and disrupted the market completely. The same thing happened when internet was introduced and when electricity was invented. Humans are very adaptable to new technologies. They just need the right path, and in this case, the right platform to do so. That's where we come in. We are building a web-based generative AI platform that helps you understand technical concepts by solving puzzles and real-world problems. Imagine that you have the entire web's knowledge in your forefront, and everything on the platform is created in real time using AI. So you no longer have to wait for anyone to make content and upload it manually on the platform. We released our beta 5 days ago and have 4 active users so far. In the coming 2 months, we are planning to iterate more on it and try out all our go-to-market strategies. In January, we'll start charging for the product. Our current target audience is North American high schools and universities. I come from India, so I see a genuine need for this technology in the other side of the world. So we'll be targeting Southern Asian market in next year. But due to hundreds of millions of students enrolling in universities and high school programs, our market is huge. There are so many people going on the internet every single day and learning a new technical skill. Our business model is a monthly subscription-based freemium model where we charge our users monthly and yearly. Dominic and I, our co-founder, our users are on all of our competitors' platforms, so we know exactly what they're doing the best, what they're lacking, and what we can do to fill the gap. Lastly, we have 3 investors from Andreessen Horowitz, Google's Gradient AI, and General Catalyst interested in funding our seed round. So if you're excited about the future, I invite you to help us simplify learning, one challenge at a time. Thank you.
Next up, we have Julietta Miranda with Kid Drop.
Hello. Hi, everybody. My name is Juliette Miranda, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of Kid Drop. By show of hands, can anybody tell me, are there parents in the room? Just a few of us. My apologies, I'm a little nervous today. Did you know that parents spend an average of 10 hours a week driving their kids around? For many of us, this is not a simple task. It could involve leaving work early, skipping lunch, or even asking friends for help. Kid Drop is a premium transportation solution for busy parents because we offer door-to-door service to and from school, daycare, activities, and custody exchanges. Our premium shuttles are uniquely equipped with a fleet tracking system, cameras, and car seats. It's a little hard to maneuver here. Our professional drivers are vetted moms. Moms because they know how to work with kids. Not to mention that moms of young kids are underrepresented in our workforce because we require flexibility for our families. At KidDrop, we have developed a mom-friendly work culture that attracts clients and drivers alike because we're just moms helping other moms. We are more flexible than the yellow school bus and safer than traditional taxis. I apologize. School dominates our business. Our subscription model, with our subscription model, we have built a predictable and sustainable MRR. In 3 short years, we have built a fleet of 7 and captured 6.5% of the elementary school population in Fort McMurray. And I'm proud to share that just in time for school this September, we've launched offices in Grand Prairie and right here in Edmonton. With partnerships with school boards, social services, daycares, and business partners, we are quickly becoming a household name. We are fundraising for expansion. Our strategy to develop a cookie-cutter package for mass expansion lies in 3 key areas: app development, people, and fleet. We need your help to automate our proven system and get more vehicles on the road. Our goal over the next 24 months is to grow revenues to $10 million per year. And in Canada and the US, based on our current penetration rate, it's a $3 billion opportunity. So I apologize. This company was built by a team of parents, just like yourselves. We have already raised a quarter of our ask. I'm sorry. A quarter of our ask, and I am out of time. Thank you so much.
Awesome work. Thank you. Great pitches. Andrew, come on down for the next round of commercial break here. Andrew is one of our fantastic supporters here from Prairies Can. Can you tell us, for those of the folks in the crowd that don't know, what's Prairies Can up to? We love what you're doing.
Yeah, sure. So Prairies Can is a federal government department, and our mandate is to support economic development in the prairies. And so we do this in a number of ways. We invest directly into companies in the form of zero-interest loans, kind of $250,000 to $5 million range. And we provide indirect support to startups and entrepreneurs by funding community groups and non-profit organizations. And what we're looking for in that case is to fund platforms that provide access to equipment, access to infrastructure, access to talent, access to expertise. In the case of our support for Startup TNT, what we're looking for is access to capital and access to networks. I think perhaps most importantly, what we want to fund is community. And so I'm pleased to be here tonight to see this community in action. I think by you being here, giving of your time and your energy, your attention, your experience, that's what makes Edmonton a great place to be an innovator and an entrepreneur. And as a funder, I'm always looking for new platforms, new ideas to fund. So if you've got something that you think has legs, please don't hesitate to reach out to me or my colleague Archana over here. Give us a wave.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Andrew.
Thank you.
And thank you to all of you for paying taxes to make this happen. Awesome. And Angelo's coming up from MNP to show his support too. Thank you, Angelo, for being here. What's going on? MNP, more 4 3-letter acronym companies. What's going on in your world?
Oh, great. No, all very exciting. Obviously, we're very pumped during Startup Week as well. And very happy to be part of TNT today as well.
Yeah, appreciate it. And MNP, big supporter of the startup community here, obviously with us, VMS, and your support showing up at a whole bunch of things. So what's going on? Why do you love the startup community here?
Well, the short answer, it's fun. It's just a fun place to be in. But I guess the long answer is at MNP, we do have a dedicated team that works specifically with a lot of these fast-growing companies, from your startups and tech companies. And really that team focused on helping them with supporting raising capital, maybe fractional CFO services, Shred, helping them expand in the US, internationally, and even all the way to an exit. And maybe for folks that are not familiar with MNP, we are a national firm actually headquartered here in Alberta. So we're coast to coast, but we've really been known as the firm for entrepreneurs. And that's why I'm very excited to introduce the next batch of entrepreneurs. And I guess it's our last group
final
until
countdown.
we go to the launch party, which is awesome. So the first company and entrepreneur I'll be introducing, we have Jackson from Deeleeo. So give it up for Jackson.
Thank you very much. I'm happy to be here today. Last year, we grew 9x and generated over $600,000 in annual revenue. This year, we're going to more than double last year's numbers and be at least $1.3 million in annual revenue. And it's because we're helping local businesses compete with major online retailers like Amazon. For example, this is Phil, a local coffee roaster who almost lost his business when the pandemic hit. Why? He just didn't have the infrastructure to create an affordable same-day delivery solution for his customers. And there are tens of thousands of merchants just like Phil, just in Alberta, that have the same problem here today. That's why we created Deeleeo. Deeleeo enables local businesses to easily provide same-day delivery at an affordable rate for their customers. We stand out from our competition not just from an excellent customer support and execution level, but also from a technology-driven efficiencies and vision. We also just launched a same-day delivery solution between Edmonton and Calgary last month. And we actually have in the audience here someone that used it today. Got their delivery from Calgary to Edmonton in about 6 hours. And we have gained very good traction with that just after using it for 1 month. Oh, and this is I thought it'd be fun to put up some photos. These are photos from other people texting to me, seeing our Deeleeo delivery van all around the city here in Edmonton and Calgary. Currently, our average monthly growth rate is 25%. Our margin with our delivery service is at 35% and increasing. And our lifetime value and customer acquisition cost ratio is a healthy 3-to-1 ratio. Probably the best thing about Deeleeo is our team. I have been lucky enough to be surrounded by people that are extremely experienced and knowledgeable in their fields. My name is Jackson Payne. As you know, I was a Canadian part of the Team Canada on the national gymnastics team for over 15 years, competed all over the world. Our next milestone is to reach $5 million in annual revenue by the end of 2025, and within 6 to 9 months, we will be profitable. Thank you all very much for listening.
All right, thanks, Jackson. Next up, we got Tayo from AllSeeing.
Imagine you were a soldier on a battlefield. You see, studies and honestly common sense has shown that personnel with effective voice communication on the battlefield are several orders of magnitude more effective than personnel without voice communication. I mean, on the battlefield, this is a difference between mission success and total catastrophe, so it's very important. And we're not the only ones that recognize this. The opposition also recognizes that voice communication on the battlefield is very, very important. And hence, they try to stop this through radio jamming. This is the problem AllSeeing is trying to solve. Radio jamming is no fun. It's used to disable critical radio communications that can, whether you're on the battlefield, whether you are in a community, radio jamming is one of the first steps in modern warfare, and this is the problem AllSeeing is trying to solve. Current solutions involve using silicon-based software-defined radios that they kind of hop between different frequency bands. But the issue with these silicon-defined radios are that the frequency range is usually very limited, and it's still very, very easy to jam, essentially. And this is the problem AllSeeing is trying to solve. And here we introduce our groundbreaking radio solution. We utilize diamonds with certain impurities. And with these diamonds, we're able to essentially sense radio waves. And the idea is we're able to increase the frequency range as well as the instantaneous, as well as the bandwidth of the transmission. And by doing this, we're essentially able to create a radio that's impossible or a lot more harder to jam and a lot more, a quantum radio that performs a lot more better than your traditional silicon-defined radios. We move forward confidently. We currently have 3 different contracts that we're working on with the Canadian Defense as well as with different space agencies. This isn't just the defense project. We have other projects with customers. This is radio technology. So the idea is we keep going and we keep going. Total contract value is about, we've raised about $500,000 and we're currently validating our solution more and filing our patents very soon. My qualifications are really long. I'm not going to go through that. We have 3 different team members as well with PhDs and engineering degrees. So what do we need from Startup TNT? Why are we here? We have demos by 2024 for our contracts. If you're interested in being part of radio technology history, the first wireless broadcast was done by a Canadian engineer. So if you're interested in being part of radio technology, feel free to look at the QR code and contact us, as well as we're also looking for funding. So if you're interested in being part of radio technology, feel free to reach out. That's it.
All right, give it up for Tayo. Next up, we got Amir from Roshan Water Solutions.
Thank you. No Star Wars introduction this time. No fun. Hi everyone, my name is Amir. I am one of the co-founders and CEO of Roshan Water. Inefficient processes cost water and wastewater industry about $200 billion every year, which is shockingly about 1/3 of their revenue they're making. One of the processes that makes us very interesting to our customers, to the utilities, is how they test water samples for bacteria. Today, what they use is an archaic way of doing it. They send samples to the lab, they wait for a few days to get back their results, and they say, okay, let's figure out what to do next. And because of that, what really happens is, especially when their operation team is in the field, working on water main breaks, fixing pipes, responding to floodings, or even a simple maintenance, they're just waiting around for the test results. And because of that, what really happens is a simple job that should take a day takes about 2 weeks to finish. Also, it means that they have to go back and forth between the job site and the lab to drop samples. And finally, because they don't use bacteria-related data to manage their processes are almost always run at their extremes, which means huge amounts of money lost by them, almost by $2 million per year per utility. And that's where we come in. We have created a product that's a portable device. It's actually here if you are interested to see it. It allows the users to test their water samples, our clients test their samples for bacteria wherever they want, and they can do it in only 1 hour, meaning that getting the test done quickly and make the decisions. Using that, we are creating 2 main impacts for our customers. Economically, they can save up to $1 million per year per utility, and in doing that, they can reduce their GHG emission by 2,000 tons per year as well. But why hear this from me while you can hear it from one of our customers? Sam is the operation lead for Capital Regional District, a municipality in Victoria. They bought the product in July, and they're using it because it's allowing them to schedule their work beforehand instead of passively waiting around for test results to come back and then figure out what's next. We have an amazing team of people who have brought a lot of good qualities and skills to our product and our business. And this shows itself in the pipeline of the customers that we have built only in this year. All the major cities in Canada, or most of the major cities in Canada, are in our pipeline right now. And that's why we are raising our seed round today. We built 6 units last year. We are quickly running out of our units. We have more customers coming out of door, and we need the money to build the product, to bring on people who help us with manufacturing the product and also with the business development as well as the marketing of the product. Thank you very much for listening to this presentation.
All right. Thanks, Amir. Next up, we got Tina from Drift Golf.
Hi. I'm Tina Moreau. I'm the COO and co-founder of Drift Golf. Now, when you think of golf, you're probably not realizing that the general manager is sitting in his office looking a lot like this guy. Because golf isn't just a place where you go and hit a ball. A golf course is a huge operation to undertake. They've got a restaurant, a retail store, there's landscaping, member management, market research, and a lot of systems. In fact, when we talked to golf course general managers, they said that they need 5 to 10 different systems just to run their day-to-day business. And these systems can run anywhere from $5,000 to $30,000 per year, per system. These systems are siloed and outdated, and we think that they needed a makeover. So we created an all-in-one solution that is simple and easy to use for the golf courses. We increase their efficiency and profitability while giving them the tools that they need to provide an exceptional experience for the golfer. The golfers get a free app that gives them a caddy-like algorithm to make golfing more enjoyable. And yes, they can even order food and beverage directly on the course and have it delivered to them. No more waiting around for the beverage cart. We've done a year of customer discovery, and that's not just talking to golfers and golf courses. We let our customers co-create our product with us. We have done a small friends and family round raise, and that helped us build our prototypes and do our testing this summer. We've just started the contract negotiation process, and we already have 4 contracts pending signature. We have 3 under negotiation, and our goal is 20 courses for our spring launch. We are a B2B SaaS company, which means that we have a monthly recurring subscription cost for the golf courses, but we only charge it during the months that they are actually in operation. Our contract costs are reasonable considering our alternative competitors, and based on historical data of cost acquisition for customers and lifetime value, our cost economics are very attractive. We have finished our summer testing, and now we're moving into our winter testing, which will take place down in Phoenix, Arizona. We already have a golf course who has signed up for this. They actually signed the contract within 20 minutes of our first meeting, so that's a good sign. And our product launch will be in April of 2024. As early as next fall, we will be moving into the United States and the rest of Western Canada to take advantage of the $6.2 billion market opportunity. My co-founder Dave and I are both previous business owners with successful exits, and we have complementary skill sets and an amazing team to help us change the golf industry. We are looking today to open our pre-seed round for $1 million at a $5 million valuation cap, and we are happy to speak to any investors about what this looks like. Thank you for your time.
Awesome stuff, right on time.
Wow, thank you, everyone. Woo! Let's give them another big round of applause. Who in the audience learned about at least one new company today? Everybody. I think everybody's hand has gone up. And who is excited about having these companies in Edmonton and Northern Alberta? Woo!
Woo! All right,
Amazing.
this wasn't meant to be a quiz. We're not going to stand between you and the bar. The bar's closing at 6 because after that it's launch party. Have fun, make friends, build companies. Thanks for coming out. Have fun, go meet some companies.
Thanks so much for being here. Have a good night.